It was the worst case of diarrhea that I have ever had. 58 days straight of diarrhea. I'm talking emergency room visits, ambulance rides, preacher giving me last rites. I was in bad shape, man. I was dehydrated. My skin was all shrunken up. But for me to tell you this story, we got to go back to the beginning. What I'm talking about is GLP1 medication. No, I am not a doctor. I never played one on TV. I barely go to my doctor. But when I do, they give me messed up medication. So let's talk about it. So I'm diabetic, or in the South, they like to call it diabetes. I got the diabetes. And in certain neighborhoods here in Fayetteville, they call it the sugars. I got the sugars. So anyway, I done fucked around and caught the sugar. And my doctor said it wasn't from all the candy I ate as a kid. But anyway, so I go to the doctor, and not because I'm a fat ass, and I am, but because, I have diabetes and I can't control it. I'm taking the medicine they tell me to, the metformin, stomach wrenching shit, and all the other stuff. But I go to the doctor, and the doctor says, GLP1 medication. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He said, well, you've heard of Ozempic. I said, man, I've seen them actors on TV with their face all sunk in, eyes all brown like raccoons. I already got that going on. He said, man, I'm telling you, it'll work wonders for your diabetes, and it'll help you lose weight. He guaranteed me 15% weight loss. The journey started with Trulicity. So I get put on Trulicity, and I go through the steps. It's 30 days on a dose. You take it once a week. I inject it in my stomach. I didn't lose any weight on Trulicity. Full disclosure, my blood sugar was perfect. Listen to my chair. Someday I'll have a budget and get a new chair, but my blood sugar was perfect when I was on Trulicity. Blood sugar was perfect, blood pressure, everything was fine. The only thing was I wasn't losing weight. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the first, I'd say 2 weeks, I couldn't go to the bathroom. I was just constipated. Never had a problem with constipation my whole life. But when I tell you constipated, I mean constipated. I mean Marilax, Docalax, anything lax. Nothing could fix this stuff. And then all of a sudden, it's like overnight. I'm about 2 weeks. I'm probably on week 3 of Trulicity. And I started having diarrhea. And it went for 50-some days straight. It started out just bothering me. And then it just turned into, I'm in the emergency room, getting bags of fluid. And it went on. And finally they found out it was the Trulicity. So I did lose weight after week 3. But I'm going to tell you how. Because I couldn't eat and I shit everything. And I mean explosive diarrhea. I mean, there's not even a piece of fiber in there. You can't see nothing. So I go back to the doctor. The doctor's like, I know why people lose so much weight, because you feel like you're dying, man. So I went and I had my A1C done. It was the best. This will show you that I'm not a professional podcaster, because I can't turn my phone off. It's my brother. I'll call him back. So the reason why you lose weight is you just can't hold nothing down. But I had my A1C done. It was the best numbers ever. Like, they're calling the nurses in. They got the secretary coming in there, and she's just a nasty bitch. But even she comes in, we're so proud of you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm over there like, I almost need a wheelchair to leave this fucking place. So finally, after like three more visits to the ER on the Mounjaro, the doctor pulls me off. And he says, we're going to try Ozempic. And I'm like, oh. So one more time. And let me just tell you, I might have lost 10 or 15 pounds the whole journey on this stuff. But they put me on the Ozempic. Ozempic caused severe constipation. And I'm not talking about, you miss a couple times going to the bathroom. Because I used to be regular. 3 times a day, man, I was dropping some doocies, man. Putting the Lincoln Logs down the toilet hole. But when I started the medication, the Ozempic, immediately, like in day 3, you take your shot 3 days in, I could not go to the bathroom. I took all the stool softeners and all the medication, and it was so bad. And, most people would say, I don't want to be graphic on here, but I want to be graphic because I want you to understand. I want you to feel this. Imagine you're a grown-ass man and you're laying in a bed with a tube up your ass, shooting water up it. Should we just answer Paul, put him on the air? I think it's something to do with concrete or something. I don't know. That's my brother. But anyway, we'll just silence it. Grown-ass man in his 40s, laying on the bed, no clothes on, got towels down. I'm putting a tube up my ass, getting ready to inject some water, an enema. The only enema I know is, Public Enema, the music group from the 90s. They were all right. So I do the enema. Nothing. Even the water that went up there didn't come back down. After about 3 of them, another trip to the emergency room, this nurse comes in with this thing that looked like a paint scraper. And it had a little bend in it. And she's like, do you want us to put you to sleep? And I'm like, for what? She goes, we're going up your ass with this. And yeah, they had to dig the doo-doo out of my butt with the Ozempic. So I don't know. I mean, I know you see people on TV, it upset my tummy. And, this one lady, she's like, it kind of reminded me when I was pregnant and I had morning sickness. I would wake up nauseated and my husband would get out of bed and he'd get me a hot towel. Fuck that. I'm going to tell you the truth. I either had chronic diarrhea or they dug the shit out of my ass with some kind of, I don't know, cooking utensil in the emergency room. That stuff did not work for me. I don't know if all that medicine's like that. They kind of like blanket it GLP1 or whatever the hell they want to call it. But I took Trulicity, Ozempic, and Mounjaro, and it sucked, man. It was terrible. I didn't even see a whole lot of weight loss, which I took it for the sugar. But, it done exactly what it was supposed to for the diabetic stuff. But I'm going to tell you, the cons are much more worse, man. The diarrhea almost killed me. And then, having a paint scraper up your ass, trying to, get your bowels to release the pooping. But, hey, I don't know. But anyway, the main reason I'm on here is not to talk about pooping. Yes, it is. It's to tell you that Monday morning on your commute to work, Ralph Unfiltered, episode 3, we have a special guest. I'm not going to say who it is, but you'll find out. Monday morning, and if you subscribe to us, I think it cuts early and you can actually watch it on Sunday. Ralph Unfiltered, episode 3. This little rant is brought to you by Hannah's Rockin' Gym, 906 Fort Bragg Road, Fayetteville, North Carolina, and Fort Liberty Pawn and Gun. Fort Bragg Road, sunny Fayetteville, North Carolina. It's like 73 degrees outside. It's beautiful. Stop on by. They will cut you some deals, and you can see me. We'll put you in this hot seat, ask you some questions. We'll talk about shitting and constipation and diarrhea. So I'm your host, Ralph, with the sugar. I'll see y'all later.